blastmusic247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Welcome back to another episode of Moments with Myra. Today I'm so excited to sit down with singer-songwriter Charli Madison. Charli is an artist who not only pours heart and soul into music, but also into the journey of self-discovery and growth. In this conversation, we'll be exploring the powerful balance between the comfort zone, the space where we feel safe and secure, and the growth zone, the place where we're challenged, stretched, and transformed. Charli's story reminds us that stepping outside what feels familiar can lead to creativity, courage, and unexpected breakthroughs. Let's dive into this inspiring conversation about music, life, and what it really means to grow. Charli, I'm so glad you're here today. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey with music and how it all began?
Oh, wow. First and foremost, thank you so much for having me here. This is an amazing platform, and I'm so happy for you because you are such an amazing person. So I just want to say that first. As far as me, I started out very young. I was maybe around 8 or 9 when I can put a number on the beginning. And for me, this whole journey started with my father and my family just constantly surrounding me. I was surrounded with music all my life. So it was kind of like just destiny for me to actually land as doing music because it was such a important and large part of my life. So basically, I just could not escape it. It's like I became my folks like to call me the little radio. So basically what happened was as I was growing up, if I heard a song, I didn't own my own radio. I didn't own my own CD player. So I memorized it note for note, word for word, and I walk around the house and everybody's like, is that the radio? No, I'm literally singing what I liked, what I heard. So it just started there, and I just fell in love with music as a whole. I mean, it wasn't even just R&B soul music. It was classical music. I'm talking about Mahalia Jackson, everything. Just music just was like, wow, what is this? And how can I do more and get more of it? So that kind of started it. Yeah.
And something too that I think is important because you hit the nail on the head when you were talking about it wasn't just R&B. Mm-hmm. I think it's so important for people to understand and embrace all types of music. Everything, stuff that's out of the norm. I know me, myself, I like bluegrass.
And I do
too. I love bluegrass music. And that comes from my mom being from West Virginia. And at the time, they had one radio station. So the blackest thing that we would hear when I was in West Virginia visiting my grandmother in the 70s, honey, was like maybe a little Lionel Richie, the Commodores, Michael Jackson, something like that. So it really, really built the foundation. So I'm glad to know that you like, all types of music, and that's kind of what got you to where you are. Mm-hmm. Now, I know that you're Brooklyn born. Is that?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
So how do you think that that's contributed to your music and the type of music that you sing?
Oh, Brooklyn is, I want to say the home of so many styles of music. I'm sure you and a lot of people listening know. I mean, from hip hop. I mean, it was such a foundation, Brooklyn. Like, I mean, honestly, I don't even know where to begin, honestly, to answer that question because we had everything. We had everything, and it taught me, and I want to say it made me who I am. Like it really raised me, made me who I am, gave me the honing skills, because I was one of those girls on the street and getting into ciphers, you know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, they were hip hop ciphers, but I'll get in there and sing do a little freestyle singing. They're like, oh snap, okay. So it kind of like started that way for me. You know what I'm saying? Just getting myself out there and with other creatives and Brooklyn had that vibe. We have that vibe. So, I guess that was my what I want to say, planted the seed. It planted the seed. You know what I mean? That was the seed right there,
Yes. Now, before we get into things a little bit deeper, I want to talk about you being a mom and trying to do this music thing. Girl, how do you do it? Because I remember when I first met you, I don't think you had any kids yet.
Not yet.
So what has been the change from that time when we first met and you were doing your music to now being a mom of 2? How do you make that work?
Oh, it is. They're my why. So, I mean, just be honest with you, it took me a while to get back into the groove of it because I don't know if you know, or many people know that my oldest daughter has autism. So she got diagnosed about 5 years ago. So it was really rough in the beginning with my kids, trying to find time to still pour into music. So most people was like, I kind of took a step back a little bit just to really get in the swing of being a mom, because it takes everything. It takes everything. And I love them so much. So I want to pour so much into them. So it's really because they're my why. I want them to see what it looks like to go after your dreams. That's that is why I'm here now. They are the reason why I'm here now, why I'm pushing so hard now, because now I'm in a place where I have a little bit of more wiggle room now that they're in school. They're not like toddlers or infants where they constantly need my attention and care. And I want to give that. I want to give 1000% when it comes to that, because being a mom has always been number one on my list as far as priorities. Once you become a mom, you'll understand. Once you understand when you become a mom, that becomes just everything to you. But also giving that role model, that sense of like, go for your dreams. This is something that I've wanted to do my whole life, and I want my girls to see that, to see what it looks like to have a dream and go for it with no hesitation, without any I can't even think of the word, but just go and give it all you got. So being that they're my why, it kind of like balances out the hard times when it's hard, when I find I'm tired because I had to, put them to bed and do all the mommy things and then get back to my work. It gives me more energy in those moments because I know that they're watching me, they're listening, and they're even my youngest, she's like my biggest cheerleader. She is like, mommy, you singing today? She's reminding me. So I know she's watching, and kids are there. Listen, they notice everything. They pick up everything, and they're learning from us. So yeah, I'm just, happy to be a mom. Like I know when we first met, I was, still young and running and stuff like that. So, over the years, I met my soulmate and found love, and it actually broadened and opened up my life in such a way, like gave me more story to tell. So there's so much more to me now, So
and that's the beautiful thing. Yeah. The beautiful thing, honey, just for me to see the growth from when we first met to now, it's just beautiful. And I have to just commend you on that. And I have to commend you for, being a mom, and embracing your daughter, with her autism diagnosis, and just showing up for her and being strong, a good, strong foundation the way you need it to be, and put your dreams on pause for a second. But I'm glad that you didn't put them on hold. You see what I mean?
Right. Absolutely.
And hold. So when I saw that you were doing new music and stuff again, I was so excited, and to see in your post, see the girls growing up and stuff. Now, do you think that either one of them will want to sing or follow the same path as mommy?
Oh my goodness. I be honest with you, I already see it. They both sing, believe it or not. But my youngest, she was kind of the inspiration behind this song here, because when I first was creating it, I wasn't sure. And then she came in the room, and I like, she likes to put the headphones on and just sing along or whatever, or hum along a little bit. And she just started singing along to the little draft I had put up of the idea. I was trying to, see if I wanted to this or that. That's kind of my process. I'll try something and then I'll live with it for a little while and then try something else. And I was just playing back that, and she was singing along, and I said, "Oh, that's it, honey, that's it," because she was in it, she was singing it, and kids, they when they can catch it, I think you got something there. So I feel like she's like my mirror sometimes, like whenever we're in the car and I start singing the song, she starts singing it too. So I don't know. I know she loves music though. And so does Aria. My oldest daughter. My daughter's name is, my youngest is Lyric, and my oldest is Aria. Aria loves to sing too. Now, don't get it. She sings everything. She's more on the nonverbal side, but when it comes to music, she knows every word for word of her favorite songs. So
that's the beautiful thing about it too. With music is healing, music is transformative. So it doesn't surprise me at all that Aria still, sings and does what she wants to do and express herself in that way. Now, with your latest single, Tattoo on My Heart, how did you come up with the title for it?
Oh, that's a good story. Now, I thought about the title how do I begin that story? That story, I want to say, started with a feeling I was sitting at home and I was thinking about what I wanted to say, what I wanted to express. Why was I doing this? The whole beginning of just, why am I here? And I thought about what I wanted to do was inspire people. I wanted people to feel like I was feeling. I know for some people, they were feeling like, it's too late to do this, or, some people may be young, like, I have nephews and nieces that are like 18 and 20. They're scared to start their own business because they think they're too young to start a business. Like, their dream is too big for them. That's not the truth. Like, if it's in your heart, I feel like God puts it on your heart. And that's where the heart came from. I was like, when God puts it on your heart, it's a calling, right? Like it was, and I was like, and that's what kept ringing in my head. And I said, I want to express that. How can I express that? And a very good close friend of mine was talking to me and said, you need to make tattoo memories. And I was like, oh my God, there it is. And it just came together. Like everything came together, like almost like a transformer. It came together and it was like, okay, heart, tattoos, memories. Oh my God. And it just like that, the whole picture just came together. And next thing I knew, I was like, okay, tattoos on my heart. And that's how you describe a calling that everyone has. Everybody has a heart. Everybody has something that they love, something that they're called to do. And this was like a way of describing it, if you will. You know what I mean? Describing that moment, describing that aha moment when you're like, oh, this is what was made to do. This is what I love to do. When I get out of bed, I think about this. When I get out of bed, I think about painting. When I get out of bed, I think about baking. This is all callings. This is all purpose. And it doesn't never go away. I speak to people all the time. Even now, since I put the song out, I've had several people say, you know what? I haven't really followed my dreams and my visions, but it's still there in my heart. And it's like, wow, they understood, and the message was clear. Like, this is something that it don't die. It's always there. It's always with you. You just got to go for it, So this song was just because it called to me, and I said, I want to be an inspiration. I want to give. I don't want to just do music just because I want to be famous, just because I want people to like me, and just for the likes sake of it all. It's a calling. I want people to feel good. I want people to feel good, about themselves and about life and all of that. And I've been talking for a little while, but you get my picture.
You're fine, because I love it that you are so passionate about it. And another thing too that really, really resonates with me about what you said is just being obedient to the calling.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's for us to be obedient. And I even tell my clients, anybody, I don't care what it looks like to somebody else. Nobody heard your conversation between you and God, you and spirit, whoever your higher power is. So what looks crazy on the outside, it don't matter. Still do it. So even for your nieces and nephews, tell them to start making a plan, a business plan or something, to go ahead and start doing it, because you're never ever too young to start something that was meant for you to do. So just being obedient. So I love that. Now, what's one moment early in your career that really shaped who you are as an artist that you feel?
Oh, wow. One moment. God, that's a hard one. That's actually very hard. I think one of the moments that shaped me as an artist, I would have to say, is when I won the Female R&B Artist of the Year award in 2012, the North Carolina Underground Music Awards, because that was like, I think that was like a moment that I realized that I actually had something and people were actually invested in and listening. Because up until that point, I have been an underground artist, just pushing. I mean, like, when I say underground, I mean I was in the streets selling out of my trunk of my car. I mean, going to stores one at a time and asking with posters, asking them would they hang up my flyers, and I mean, like, foot to the ground type of tactics. And at this moment, when I got the call saying that I was, I knew I was nominated, and I had been nominated like maybe 2 years before prior in the same category, and I didn't win, but I wasn't, I was like, I was just wow that I was nominated, because I was underground, I wasn't mainstream, and this was like people actually seeing what I was doing, so that moment was like such a moment of a life-changing moment for me, because I went from feeling like I'm grinding, I'm still trying to do this, to saying, okay, now people want to do interviews and stuff, like it's like it just opened the door like to everything. I think I met you and a couple of other people, because this kind of like just said, okay, it kind of validated me, you know what I mean? Kind of said, okay, well, she is official. This is not just some old, wonky, like it's real. And it made me in that moment feel like I have arrived at a place that I've been trying to get to for a while. So yeah, I would say that would be the best moment so far.
Now, kind of piggybacking off of what you just said, a lot of people can get stuck in their comfort zones. What does that look like for you, and how do you recognize it when you feel stuck, or when you have to motivate yourself to do more, to get more, to do more, to push more?
I guess I'm one of those people that I feel uncomfortable in complacency. Like most people that know me, I change my hair like every other day of the week, because I'm that way. You know what I mean? I know a lot of girls know what I'm talking about, but so it's hard for me to get into that space, like, and musically, I'm the same way as my hair. Musically, I love funk, I love R&B, I love jazz, I love I respect so many different types of styles of music. It's very hard for me to get put in that space, but I do find myself kind of falling into like a rut sometimes, where I'm like, I get really comfortable in doing something a certain way. So whenever I get in those places, I try to because I meditate every day. I'm one of those that journals and meditate, and mental health is very important to me. I'm always telling people about, mental health is very, very important. But I've always get in my meditations and start thinking about where it is I want to go. I kind of visualize, like they always say, like, give yourself some kind of vision. I like try to see myself next month or see myself next year. I try to think about always forward movement. So if I find myself falling in that space, that rut space, it's like, okay, whoa, shake it off, because that's going to hinder this, so kind of focus myself. But
and seeing the bigger picture.
Yeah, exactly that part. You got it.
So when you first started singing, was it said to you that this is a genre that you should sing? Was anybody like trying to put you in a specific box of type of music that you want to go to sing, or were you able to kind of decide on your own what direction you wanted to go in?
You know, that's a really, really good question, because when I started out singing, I started singing classical music.
Really?
Yes, when I first started singing, I was doing like operas and like classical pieces, and that was where I was like kind of drawn to at first. You know, and even in high school, and even all of the I'm more of a, like, I studied classical music in school. That's like kind of where I like my training ground was. So it's weird to be like, I'm an R&B artist, I'm a soul artist, but like, you know, my training and my background is classical jazz music. So you follow what I'm saying? It's kind of like, okay, I don't really know how to answer like the question, because it's,
because literally you could go in whatever direction you wanted to go in.
Right. So
I feel that means that you are a true musician. You know what I mean? With ebbs and flows, where you can go with whatever. You know, if somebody comes in and say, we're gonna sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and you'd be like, okay, got it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
We're gonna sing the opera, we're gonna sing gospel. So I like the fact that you can just kind of flow on your journey in any direction that you choose to go into. And I think that's empowering. And I think that that's a good message for other artists that are wanting to get into music or whatever it is, play an instrument, whatever type of arts you want to get into. Don't let somebody else dictate your career and what direction you need to go in. Because I believe when you're true to yourself, that's when the best magic happens, you know.
Absolutely. I totally, the truth. When you said when you're true to yourself, that like, I mean, got me all like tingly inside, because that's exactly where I'm at. Like I've always been, you know, told I should be R&B, or I should be soul, I should be that. But it's always been about, for me, what feels good. Like what feels good. Does when I open my mouth and I'm singing, and when I'm feeling the music, what does it feel to my skin? What does it feel in my spirit and my soul? And that's really what defines you as an artist. Like whatever it is that calls to you, it doesn't matter. Like some people could say like, oh, if you're a Black girl, you can't do rock music because that don't look right. You don't fit the mold or whatever. Don't throw that out the window. All of those things is done with and over with. Like it's what does it feel good? Do you feel like a rocker in your heart? Do you rock out in your spirit? Is that what your spirit is doing? Then that is what you are. You know, like then you can't. Nobody can tell you what you are on the inside. They can't even see it. So you know.
So with that being said, how do you balance staying authentic with trying new things in your music?
Ooh. I guess in that instance, when you say authentic, I don't know how to be nobody else. Like I don't know how to not, like it would take a lot for me to try to be someone else, to you know, bend myself. But I do stress myself. Don't get it wrong. Like I love a challenge. Like some music is just a little challenges me vocally, or you know, with languages, because I love singing in Spanish and different languages and stuff like that. I love challenges in that way. But like I always try to just give my genuine, like in everything I do. Well, no matter what it is, just be my truest essence of myself. You know, because that will always cut through. That will always cut through. And I feel like that is how we show up, if you will. If you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's how we show up.
I love that. I love that. Showing up and being your true, authentic self. And I know, like with some of my reading clients, they've been so surprised by people that's been in their lives for a long time and how they're seeing a completely different person. Like, oh my gosh, I've known them for so long, and how could they be acting like this? And I tell them this is a year of revelations. This is a year of the mask falling off. This is a year that people that have been in your life for your whole entire life, you're seeing who they really and truly are. So I love the fact that you walk in your truth and you talk about being your true, authentic self, because let's be honest, these days, girl, that's far and in between. It really, really is. It's sad to say, but it's far and in between. Now, when life gets uncomfortable for you a little bit, what practices help you keep growing rather than retreating back into yourself?
That goes back to the mental health. Thank God for therapy. First of all, I have a therapist, so that I absolutely recommend that to anyone. You know, like that is a great place, a great source. Again, goes back to the meditation. Meditation, like it's like a clockwork thing for me. It kind of, whenever, even sometimes, like when I feel like just out of sort with myself, like even like if it's in the middle of the day or like I'm having a moment. I'll go to my car or wherever I can find that quiet space and just center myself for like 2 or 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Just like really just get in my I am here and just kind of focus and meditate and sit in that moment and then center myself and then recollect myself and then back to the races. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing wrong with that. I like tell people, if you take a minute, take a beat for yourself. It's nothing wrong with that. Even if you're at work, say, I'll be right back. Go to the bathroom. Go to the bathroom, get in that stall, close that stall up and find your center, find your happy place. Don't let nobody push you over the edge. You know what I mean?
Yes, that part. Now, for listeners who feel stuck, what's an actionable tip that you think would help them to get out of their comfort zone?
Try something new. Try something new, whether it's food, whether it's going to a place, trying a new, go to that store, that dress you've been looking at, what jacket, whatever it is, those shoes, try them on. Just try it on. Like, you know, like I know some people feel uncomfortable with the shape of their bodies or whatever. For me, like I'll go try on a wig. If I'm like having a funky day, it's like I'm just gonna try some new hair. You know, just get out of whatever it is and try to do the opposite. Do the opposite. Go, if you go walking, go running. You know, just you know what I mean? Just try something new. That's something I just shake it up. Just something that's just something totally out of the norm for you. Just shake it up. You know, I feel like that is like, and you'll find yourself like, oh wow. You might even find something new about yourself that you didn't know. And it's just self-discovery is fun. I don't know, but self-discovery is so much fun.
It really is. And sometimes all it takes is just a different perspective to change everything, you know?
Yes.
So now looking back, what advice would you give your younger self about growth and taking risks? Seeing everything and all the growth that you've had from the first time we met to now.
Listening better, listening more. I feel like my younger self had a hard time listening to criticism, listening to advice, and really, like, you know, I used to feel so crushed if somebody didn't like something, or so crushed if someone didn't approve of something, or, you know, just not listening from a point of view of, you know, some people sharing things with you are to help you grow, you know, and for me, I had to learn over time how to, in order to grow, you have to like prune off certain things, and things have to change, and things are going to get hard. And for my younger self, I just would tell her, be more patient and listen more, you know, listen and be more patient with yourself too. Because I was my worst bully. Like there's bullies out there, but I was my worst bully. You don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Like the biggest bully, it was never the schoolyard bully. It was me against myself, talking negative talk to myself. The things that you tell yourself can be the worst things in the world. So yeah, that's something to turn off that voice and turn on the other voice that tells you, yes, I can. That confident voice, that voice that says, listen to what others are saying and incorporate it, and see value in yourself, because someone values you if they're going to share with you, you know, hey, that's not working out. Maybe you should try this and this. They're trying to help you. You know, someone that loves you, they, you know, but sometimes that hurts, you know, to hear. that you didn't do this well, or maybe if you try that and you feel like, oh, well, what do they know? And they just jealous, or all these different things, negative things, but just open your mind. So I would tell her to listen.
You're absolutely right, honey, because especially when you're already in your head anyway. So, if you say, well, Myra, your podcast, you could do this, you could do that. And then if I'm already in my head about it, I wouldn't see it as, oh, Charlie's showing me love and giving me some tips to improve what I'm doing. I look at it, oh, why she bashing me? How she gonna tell me about what? So, yeah, you're so right. So now, other than your music, what's one song that you're listening to now?
Oh, I don't know if you saw this show on Netflix called Building the Band. Oh, I am in love with a couple of groups there. So I've been listening to this new song, Top Down, I think it's called, by the group that won, but I don't want to say who won, but like the song called Top Down. I've been listening to that a lot lately. I don't know. I was like, okay, they just dropped it. So I was like, okay. I love to see. What I loved about it was like I am a artist's artist. Like I love new artists. I love seeing people come up and following it. I just love it so much, Myra. I really do. Like when I'm watching that show, and the reason why I guess I'm talking about this because it's like I'm loving the flowers coming up and seeing all of these beautiful songs and these new artists and this new it just feels so good. It feels like the industry is blossoming in a different way, and we're growing in a different way, and it's like this newness in the air, and I'm like loving that, so yeah.
And also too, honey, I think more authenticity too. People are really being able to get out there and do what it is that they want to do and make the kind of music they want to make.
Yes.
Now we're starting to come to the end. There's one thing I want to ask you to do. Before I do that though, give me one word that best describes 2025 for you so far.
Resilience.
I like that.
Resilience.
I like that. I love that. So now I want you, because I don't have the track queued up or whatever, I want you to sing you verses from Tattoos on My Heart, just to give the audience, a little snippet of, what we're discussing and what you got going on. Do you mind doing that for me?
Oh, of course not. Of course not. Okay. I'm going to snap my fingers to keep the time a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Found. Look what I found. Lost. Everything I thought was lost. Echo my mind and melodies that found me. My dream was born and purpose to fall. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I was kind of jacked that up a little bit.
I was going to ask you to sing a couple of notes for me, but again, that's just a part of your authenticity, and I just wanted people, I know you, so like I see a different person than other people may see because I know you. I know. Right.
Exactly.
I wanted us to have this conversation so that not only could we talk about the music, but I wanted them to know the background. I wanted them to know about the mom. I wanted them to know about your daughter and dealing with, her diagnosis. I wanted them to have a picture of the complete Charli Madison, not just the artist. So I really, really appreciate you. Now, as we're getting to our final thoughts, are there any parting thoughts about music and life intersections when it comes to pushing boundaries?
Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. You ask such great questions. I tell you what. Can you say that one more time? Just say that one more time for me.
Yeah. Any parting thoughts about how music and life intersects when it comes to pushing boundaries?
I mean, they are, I feel like life and music go hand in hand, period. I mean, like like there's not one moment in my life that I can not think of a soundtrack for. Like there's a soundtrack, there's a song that matches every single moment I can think of in every moment of my life, from birth of my children to getting married to graduating with my degree. Like all of these moments had like a soundtrack I could think of in my head. And I feel like where they intersect, they just literally they are almost one. Music and life are synonymous. I don't think we could live without music. Like I don't see life without some type of music. Even a movie, all the way through from the beginning to the end, if you had no music in there, it kind of wouldn't be the same, right? It's just like I feel like music is a part of life. They intersect, you know, and pushing boundaries. I mean, like I feel like it pushes us too, right? I mean, like music can be something that you know can get us through a hard time, or engage us to be our best self, push ourselves, you know, like there's so many songs I can think of right in this moment. They all flooded in my head where they're music that I have had I've listened to growing up that like basically gave me pride, you know, like Nina Simone, To Be Young, Gifted, and Black. You know what I'm saying? Like these are songs, like music, like, and they also tell our stories. They kind of like, I'm probably getting a little off the subject a little bit, but it's just like I feel like they're all one. Like they intersect because music and life, they just are one to me. You know,
And
like
I think though that honestly, you kind of summed it up, because with what you were saying, the one thing that stood out for me is, if we were just to put it in a simple term, music is life.
mm-hmm.
And
mm-hmm.
it is. Everybody has their own soundtrack. Yeah. Everybody has their own beat that they walk to, bop to, whatever it is. So music is life.
Yeah.
So can you let everybody know how to find your music, how to keep up with what's going on with you? Give us all the details, honey, so that they can look you up.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, I am on almost every social media platform, from Twitter to Facebook to Instagram to TikTok. Charli Madison. That's Charli with the I, no E at the end. I know a lot of people who say they can't find me because they put the E there. It's CHARLI. No E, MADISON. And most of the time I tell people just charlimadison.com. That's the epicenter for everything. You go to charlimadison.com, you can find every link to everything. So
perfect. And when I do the promo, I'll also make sure to include information so that they can find you and catch up. And if you guys have any questions or have a hard time locating Charli, you can always reach out to me and I can get you connected. So thank you so much, Charli, for sharing your journey and wisdom with us today. Your insights on stepping out of the comfort zone and embracing growth are truly inspiring. To everyone listening, remember, growth often begins where comfort ends. God knows that's the truth. Keep exploring, keep creating, and keep stepping into your own growth zone. Until next time, this is Moments with Myra. Stay inspired and keep moving forward.
Oh, now that's real. Pops a rolling stone that flatten grass fields. My mandatory raps a passive act spill. React like Drax will, relax, I'm past chill.
This manifestation of imagination is just a creation of communication with an integration system like the Matrix, filled with entertainment, pastors, education.
Court-appointed lawyers for blacks in litigation. Corporate enormous tax cut and evasion. Saw George Floyd on the news and couldn't take it. It's hard to tightrope, walk it all, but I'm a Grayson. One day we not gonna be passive with the slaying. One day we might just put action to the saying. One day we'll stop all the blasting and the spraying and stop carrying weapons that will smith you like Jaden. To be free to you, to them is disobeying. They told you to get into heaven, you needed praying. They left out the heavens, your thoughts, and where you haven. It's not you, it's we, it's deep, it's complicated.
One day you have it, one day you have it, go away. One day you have it, one day you have it, go away, go away. Don't take it serious. an experience. Experience. Don't take it serious. Serious. It's an experience. Experience. Shine bright like a solar light. Know we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light. You know you can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light. You know we can make everything alright. Yeah.
Shine bright like a solar light. You know you can make everything alright.
Yeah, you gon' get it today. I'ma send it your way. This a clinic, don't forget every visit you pay.
It's cringeworthy to say I've been perfect, cause hey, the kids calling my name. I'm too busy to play.
This a scrimmage, shirt skins, the ending is late. Life's a scary movie with hands digging your plate. To take the dividends, dollars and pennies you make. I'm transparent with you, even when you really opaque. Marcus Aurelius states, everything you hear is an opinion, not a fact. But is that really the case? Cause we all know planes leave a chemical trace. And we knew he was guilty, you see Zimmerman's face. And we all want to crash in the video chase. And we want that hottie to let us feel on her waist. And we know one day we will see God's grace transcend our body and be up in outer space.
Bright like a solar light. Know we can make everything alright. Yeah.